Hello everybody, hello. In this 2-minute book review, we're going to be chatting about Sylvia Patterson's I'm Not With the Band. And when I say we're going to be chatting, obviously I mean I'm going to be chatting about it. But hopefully this will appeal to you as much as it appealed to me, because this is a beautiful book. I actually picked this up just browsing through foils actually in Waterloo, and I was really taken by the image. It's a beautifully nostalgic image, very old school photo with a sort of young girl giggling, sort of saturated colour, and you can almost make out like the thumb that used to be over the lens when we used to take pictures in the 80s with film, remember that? And I just thought, oh, I really relate to that. So I picked it up. And it's a music memoir by Sylvia, who was a music journalist for 3 decades, from the likes of Smash Hits to NME to all the outlets. And she calls this her 3-decade survivor's guide. And it's a beautiful blend of the nostalgic with really bright lights, gossipy, interview, recollections. Sylvia's met everyone, so in here you can see all her interviews with icons such as Madonna, Prince, Beyonce, even Agnetha from ABBA, for Christ's sake, that's amazing. But also to the sort of pop collateral such as Brother Beyond and Bros and Westlife. And it even covers sort of the great era such as the Britpop era, with sort of Oasis bungling into her house at 1 o'clock in the morning, keeping her awake in the front room, to wandering around Iceland with Damon Albarn. And also has sort of the big rock names such as Johnny Cash and Led Zeppelin. But there's also a really beautiful observation of tragedy here. It also covers Amy Winehouse and the Manics. But what it really has in it is this wonderful pullback where the nostalgic image on the cover really makes sense in the context of the book, as you realise the entertainment industry has changed so much over the 3 decades that Sylvia was working in it. Where before in the 80s you had this kind of free-for-all, exciting journalistic culture where pop stars were open and frank and honest, and now of course with the likes of Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, both in here of course, you suddenly realise it's far more of an industry, where certainly in the case of where she meets Britney and where she meets Victoria Beckham, that the control of the PRs comes down, and suddenly there is this very real barrier, and music has become very fabricated, and the entertainment industry has become more industry rather than entertainment. But for a kid of the 80s and 90s like me, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It's really beautiful, and Sylvia has weaved in so much about not just the industry that she was in, but also little touches about how hard it was to and is to be a music journalist. A beautiful book with a beautiful image. Recommended!